Hello, all. I want to talk about that new leciel exploration quest that came out this week. This quest is a bit interesting with some of the mechanics added, like being able to select your own buffs after you complete the trials. So, you access this quest the same way you did with the original leciel, and in this version of the quest, the players will stick together and run along a simple path, kind of like an LTQ. It reminds me a lot of an LTQ quest. So this quest isn't really bad, but I think it's not as enjoyable as the original leciel. Although with this one, you can finish it much faster because for some reason the boss has like low amounts of health. So this quest will replace the old leciel. So unfortunately, you cannot run both of them, together or whatever. So while this is here, the old leciel is gone. So I heard that this is only temporary and the original leciel will return. So that's exciting to hear because I like the old one better. So the positives about this quest is, like I said, I think this one you could clear it very fast. You could clear it faster than the original one for sure. So even if you don't enjoy it, you should still grind this one to get the EX augments that you need, because this quest introduces the new weapons that have the EX2 augments. And yeah, so pretty much you're gonna have to get rid of whatever EX augments you got from your iridium weapons if you want to, up your potency and keep up with the BIS. So there's also a limited task where you have to complete this new leciel a number of times, and you get to earn star gems. So definitely take advantage of that, even if you don't like this quest. I think you have to finish it about 30 times. I could be wrong, but somewhere around there. It'll be in your limited time task in your menu. So I also need to mention that some of these descriptions of the EX augments are incorrect. There's like mistranslations and things like that, so you just want to pay attention to that. I think they will fix that in the next patch. I think they addressed this already. So I think this is also a great time for you to make a lot of money. There's a lot of people putting up some of the most simplest and easiest augments for about 1,000,000 Meseta, and the fact that they're putting them up for that much means that they must be selling. So now is a great time to get some money. You get like some good weapons from this leciel, and then you put them up on the market, because people would rather just spend Meseta to get these EX combos that they're looking for, as opposed to grinding the new leciel themselves. So yeah, definitely make sure you take advantage of that if you want to, get some more money in your pocket. Another thing that I will point out is when I played this quest, I usually go after the small enemies because everyone just ignores them until after the bosses are dead. So, I usually like to go after the small enemies. There's also a halfway point in this stage where you will end up fighting the end boss for a few seconds, and you have an opportunity to take their health down before they run away. This will cause the boss to have even less health when you see them at the end, and when you see them at the end, they usually just get wrecked. I mean, like within seconds, you would just obliterate this boss and just moving on to the next quest. So it just feels a little odd that this quest is like much faster, much easier, yet you're getting the current, highest tier, EX augments. So it's just a little weird to me. Like, you'd think that such powerful augments would be earned from a more difficult quest, but this is not the case. So there's also Masquerade in this thing, which is actually shown in this video. You get to fight Masquerade. He's just a watered down version of himself though, so he's not really going to be doing much, and he will also get his ass whipped through the halfway point, and then you get to wreck him once you get to the end. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, decent quest, but I think the original leciel is better. One more thing I will point out is after you clear a trial, the menu will pop up, and it will have a list of buffs that you can choose for your character to gain. While this happens, it'll actually lock your character in place. So like if you're over a bottomless pit, you will actually fall into the pit, but don't worry, because you're actually invincible while this is going on, so you don't have to worry about taking any fall damage. Although just the fact of it happening and it locking you in place does feel a little uncomfortable, and I hope that they address that. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. And yeah, that's it.